everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is staying safe and sound in this pandemic, and I hope that everyone is ready to learn something new today. But first, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. Really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that bell notification so you know when my videos come out, generally between 3 and 4. And please subscribe. Please help me out and show your appreciation by subscribing. Remember, one random subscriber who comments so I can see you will get $20 when I reach 200 subscribers. So let's see how fast we can get to that number. Okay, so today is actually Philippine Independence Day. You know, my wife forgot because she's an American citizen now, so she forgot about the Filipino holidays. So I saw it and I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do today. Philippine Independence Day. June 12th, 2021. Okay. The Philippines, I've done a thing about the Philippines before. I'll put that on the end screen, what I did before about the Philippines for American, Pacific, Asian Heritage Month. So I'll put that in the end screen. Consisting of more than 7,000 separate islands in the Western Pacific, declared independence from Spanish rule over 120 years ago. General Emilio Aguinaldo was responsible for making this claim, but it wasn't until 1962 that then President Diosdado Macapagal made it a public holiday through a presidential proclamation. The Filipino flag was unfurled for the first time on this day, June 12, 1898, at an inspiring celebration which also featured the first public playing of the Philippines' national anthem. The nation has made great strides. It's considered to be an emerging market and a newly industrialized country. Tourism also makes a large impact on the Philippine economy. I've been to the Philippines 3 times already. I love it there. Okay, so we know that's today. Okay, the history of the Philippines. So some people may know and some people may not. For over 300 years, the Philippines was a Spanish colony and is named after King Philip of Spain, so that's where they got the name Philippines. In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan, which we know is an explorer, landed on the Philippine Islands and claimed it for Spain. Magellan wanted all the local chiefs to submit to the Spanish rule, but one of them, named Lapu-Lapu, refused. An attempt was made by Magellan to crush Lapu-Lapu, but he failed and was killed. When Miguel Lopez de Legazpi led an expedition in 1565, the Spaniards finally gained a foothold in the Philippines. They built the city of Intramuros in 1571, which was later named Manila, and became the capital of the land. Eventually, Spanish rule took over and a feudal system was established, with larger estates owned by the Spanish and the Filipinos as the workers. The Spanish years brought prosperity to the Philippines, and their rule remained uneventful. This changed when the British captured Manila in 1762. Under the terms of the Treaty of Paris signed in 1763, the city was handed back in 1764. Okay? So in the 19th century, feelings of nationalism started to stir in the 19th century. The rebellion grew with the help of José Rizal, an author who wrote 2 novels, El Filibusterismo, with a filibuster, and Noli Me Tangere, which means touch me not. I've heard of that one. These books caused a sensation and nationalism spread like wildfire to the Philippines in 1892. José Rizal founded a movement called Liga Filipina, which called for reform rather than revolution. As a result, Rizal was arrested and exiled to Dapitan or Mindanao. I know where Mindanao is. Parallel to this, a more extreme organization was formed by Andres Bonifacio called Katipunan. A revolution started in August 1896. And José Rizal was executed on December 30, 1896, under the pretense of supporting the revolution. Even though he did not, yet his execution merely inflamed Filipino opinion and the revolution grew. Next started the war between Spain and the U.S. in 1898. The Spanish fleet was defeated by the Americans in Manila Bay on April 30, 1898. Seizing the opportunity, Filipino revolutionaries surrounded Manila and their leader, Emilio Aguinaldo, declared the Philippines as independent on June 12th. However, American rule took over when Aguinaldo was captured in 1902. Okay, now about the 20th century. Under the leadership of Americans, the Philippines was made a commonwealth and semi-independent in 1935. So because it was a commonwealth, people from the Philippines could come here and vice versa. Literacy rate also increases. Many American teachers were sent to the Philippines. The USA promised that the Philippines would become completely independent in 1945. On December 10, 1941, Japan invaded the Philippines and captured Manila. All of the Philippines was now in the hands of the Japanese. In October 1944, American troops returned to the Philippines and recaptured Manila. The Philippines became independent on July 4th, 1946. Manuel Roxas was the first president of the newly independent nation. Okay, so here's the timeline here. As you can see, General Emilio Aguinaldo declared independence on June 12, 1898. And then 1946, the Philippines gains independence. Okay. 1958, the Philippine national anthem is translated because it was written in Spanish. 1986, first female president, which is Corazon Aquino. And that's about it. Now we know we have, they do independence on the Philippines was a mighty feat. On Independence Day, the sacrifices of the national heroes are remembered. So just like here, the country's sovereignty is appreciated, instilling nationalism in the citizens, as well as celebrating the culture and tradition of its people. Parades are held nationwide with participation from the government and the citizens. As it is a national holiday, businesses, offices, and schools are closed, and families spend the day in parks and doing other celebratory activities. Filipino communities abroad also celebrate with programs and annual parades. So I don't know if there's anything going on here in the Philippines, in the area, in Manhattan or whatever. I haven't heard anything, but there might be a Filipino Independence Day parade or something. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, so I apologize for that. But anyway, I just thought that would be a good topic to go over. So now you know a little bit about it. That's why the Philippines are very similar to us. Okay. I hope you liked that video, because I thought it was important to know. Again, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that bell notification so you know my videos come out. Like I said, generally between 3 and 4. Sometimes on the weekend, a little different. Depends on what my wife cooks. Okay. And please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Remember, I have a promo right now that I will be giving $20 to a random subscriber who comments, so I can see you, when I reach 200 subscribers. I know I'm going to do it. I'm just trying to do it faster, and it makes me feel good when people subscribe because it shows their appreciation for what I'm doing. I thank you. I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing a food video. Not sure yet. We may try to cook something that I had posted last week, so I will see what happens. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice Independence Day if you're Filipino. And I will see you soon. Stay safe and take care.